Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
Well, good evening, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a great Saturday, a great daytime today. We did have the sunshine out there for a good part of the day, and then the clouds started to move in. You probably noticed during the late morning and early afternoon, those high, thin cirrus clouds throughout the state. That moved in out ahead of this storm, and yes, now we're already looking at some snow in some areas across the state right now, and we are only going to see that snow continue as we head through the nighttime tonight. There will be at times where the snow just stops for a little bit, and then it picks back up, and then it stops. So it's going to be off and on as we head through the nighttime tonight. I think the steadiest and heaviest of snow is actually during the morning hours on Sunday. Let's get a look outside in Naples right now. We have a temperature of 22 degrees. The roads look wet. It does look like we are probably looking at maybe some light snow. It's hard to tell. Excuse me. It's hard to tell from this view, but again, with the wet roads, probably is snowing just a little bit up there. And we are, again, looking at some light snow for many areas at the moment, and that is going to be the case as we head through the nighttime tonight. Now, the winter storm warnings you can see up in purple, or the pink, I should say, the winter weather advisory for the purple shading. Now, one thing I do want to mention is there is the National Weather Service out of Gray, and there's the National Weather Service out of the Bangor area. The Bangor area covers northern and eastern Maine. The Gray area covers the southern and southwestern part of the state. And what I want to say by that is I think what we have going on here, because you may look at this and think, why is there a winter weather advisory up for the mid-coast and everywhere else has a winter storm warning? I really think that this is kind of just a little bit of a disagreement on the two National Weather Service areas, in that we should probably, if we're going to have a winter weather advisory up, that should be extended for the coastal down east area as well, areas like Bar Harbor and things like that. But that's what it is. It is what it is, I guess. We are essentially looking at winter storm warnings for everybody. If it's being included in down east, it's included in the mid coast as well. We are going to see a system that is going to cause many problems on the roads as we head into the daytime tomorrow. And as we get a look at the satellite and radar, you can see right now that we are looking at some snow out there at the moment, and we are going to continue to see that be the case. Let's zoom in a little bit closer towards the Portland area, areas like Leamington. We are looking at some snow. I just stepped outside. We do have some snow falling, and it's actually already covering up the cars here in the Portland area. Freeport looking at some light snow. If you're in Lewiston, you're probably just looking at cloudy skies. And then over towards areas like Farmington along Route 2, that's where we also have some light snow at the moment. So it's kind of scattered across the area, and that is going to continue to be the case as we head through the next several hours and through the nighttime tonight. And then eventually, again, as I was just mentioning, I think 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in particular tomorrow is when we will see the steadiest and heaviest of the actual snowfall everywhere across really the southern half of the state. Now let's zoom out a little bit more, and you can see that there is plenty of precip down to our south and west. We're not even just talking about what's in the northeast right now. I'm talking about this area here where we are going to see this move in as well. It's not going to move in as heavy rain and thunderstorms like it is down towards the southern and central part of the United States, but it is going to move in as a wintry mess. It's going to move in as some sleet. It's going to move in as snow and freezing rain, maybe even some plain rain in some spots as well. But it is certainly going to be a mess as we head through the overnight and into the daytime on Sunday. Probably one of those days where maybe you just want to, sit at home and watch a movie during the daytime, because we are going to see a bit of a mess for sure. Now, temperatures right now running in the 20s across the area. We do have 17 degrees up towards the Portland area, Rangeley right now. That's where we are looking at some of the cooler temperatures. But what's going to happen is we are actually going to stay on the cooler side for a good part of this storm at the surface. What happens is above our heads, that's where we are actually looking at some warmer air. So temperature might be 31, 32 degrees at the surface, but you head up maybe 4, 5, 600 feet in the air. And you might be talking about temperatures running at 34, 35, 36 degrees. And that is what really the reason why we do get freezing rain or sleet is when the snow falls from the clouds, it melts into liquid raindrops, which of course is just a raindrop, but then it falls back into a layer of air that's temperatures are below freezing. And so it freezes on contact, which is freezing rain. As that raindrop falls from melting from the temperatures above 32 degrees above our heads, it does hit that ground, which is say 31 degrees, and that's why we get freezing rain. That's how freezing rain occurs. And sleet, essentially, that is just the raindrop freezing completely into a ball of ice. So that's how it works. That's what's going to happen for the daytime tomorrow. Warmer air is going to be above our heads. Colder air is going to be at the surface. Now, temperatures right now, plenty cold enough for snow at the surface. We are talking temperatures right now running in the 20s across the state. Again, some teens up towards the north. And here's your forecast. We head through the nighttime. We are going to see snow showers out there for the next several hours. It's going to be occasional. You're not going to see light snow the entire night. You're probably going to have points where it's, again, just cloudy out there. Then a light snow shower passes through once again. As we head through the overnight and tomorrow morning, that's the steadier stuff. And that is going to move in tomorrow during the morning hours. Temperatures for tonight falling back to the teens for the most part. We may see some single numbers up towards the north, but really that's not the story. The story is the snow that is going to be falling for the nighttime tonight. And let's talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have the the weather warn up for the daytime tomorrow, and you can see the trend. This is Portland's forecast in particular. If you are, say, up in the north, if you're in Jackman, if you're in Rangeley, if you're in the mountainous areas, you're looking at a different forecast than what's being shown here. This is Portland's forecast in particular, but this is really going to include many areas along the coastline up through the Augusta and Augusta, Lewiston area. We are talking snow to start. You're going to probably wake up 8, 9 o'clock. The snow's coming down at a pretty good clip. And then as we head through 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the morning and into the afternoon, that's when we will see that transition over to some sleet and freezing rain. It'll change to sleet first, and then I do think we will see some periods of freezing rain as we head through the afternoon and evening. And of course, that is going to cause some issues on the roads if you do plan to head out for tomorrow during especially the afternoon and evening. Now, let's just time this out. This is right about now. We do have that light snow at times through the southern and western part of the state. But you see, as I was mentioning, that it's not going to be a steady snow for the next couple hours. It's going to be variable. It's going to be off and on through the nighttime. And then as we head into tomorrow morning, so you notice 2 o'clock in the morning, not too much, but we will see some light snow out there. 5, 6, 7 o'clock is when the steady stuff really starts to pass through the state. We are going to see some of those darker blues indicating some of that heavier snowfall. I think there's going to be no sleet or freezing rain at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. This is an all snow event during the early morning hours. And then once we get to about 10 or 11 o'clock, you notice that pink shading that starts to move up towards the north. And we are going to see the sleet freezing rain line continue to pass up towards the north as we head through the afternoon. And you also notice here that if you are in areas like Portsmouth, Kittery, York, areas like that, especially in particular, you may even see a period of just plain rain. But one thing I do want to mention is sometimes it's very difficult to tell the difference between plain rain and freezing rain. So just what you want to do if you are heading out on the roads tomorrow, and especially if you are in the southern part of the state, just essentially just assume everything is freezing rain. That's the easiest way to do it, because it could change to freezing or could change to just plain rain for a little bit. But then, all of a sudden you see we have a coating of ice on the car or something like that. So just assume everything's freezing rain tomorrow afternoon. That's the best way to look at it. If it's not sleet or snow, of course. But this is going to continue into the evening hours. You notice 5, 6 o'clock, we are still looking at a mixture of snow, sleet, and freezing rain all across the southern part of the state. And again, maybe some plain rain down towards the coastline. Most of this gets out of here as we head through, I would say, 8 p.m. to midnight. But the snow showers will continue as we head up towards the north. Now, I want to pull up some of these comments. Jessica, hello to you from Winthrop. Hope you are doing great. It's snowing in Baldwin, according to Jim. Thank you for the report, Jim. Appreciate that. Hello to you, Connor, from the Farmington area. I hope you are having a great evening. On Wendy, hello to you. Hope you are doing great. Thank you for watching the videos. Snowing in Standish, according to Chris. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Nicole as well, sending in the report that it's snowing in Standish. So I guess that's a pretty accurate one. Snowing in Phillipsburg. Thank you, Erica. I hope you are having a great evening. Denise, hello. I hope you are also having a great day as well. Jesse, snowing in North Berwick, coming down fast. Yes, it is certainly coming down fast in some areas, but for the most part, this is going to stay on the lighter side as we head through the next several hours. I do want to actually pull this up. I'm going to talk more about this, but any gusty winds early next week. So Monday and Tuesday look pretty windy. And again, I'm going to get into more details on that in a second, but it certainly does look windy. On top of that, it's going to be on the cold side in the teens and 20s. So you factor that in, you're probably talking wind chills on Monday and Tuesday afternoon, likely running below 0 for the afternoon. So it's not going to be fun being outside Monday or Tuesday. If you work outside, it is going to be cold. You want to grab that thickest winter coat. It's also a day you want to grab the gloves, the hat, everything, anything you can think of for the day on Monday and Tuesday. But yeah, certainly going to be on the colder side. Kim, I would rather go back to Cancun. I can imagine that. I wouldn't mind a nice vacation in Cancun right now. That'd be pretty nice. Travis, hello to you. One of my biggest followers on Facebook. Shout out to you, Travis. Hope you're having a great evening. Again, I can't get to everybody here, but I wish I could. There's just a lot of comments. Sharon, hello to you from Portland. It is snowing in Portland. Desiree is saying that as well. And I was just showing the sky cam from Naples. Mindy, it is snowing in Naples, according to Mindy. So it did look like it was snowing out there a little bit, especially with the wet roads. And Haley, what's up? Hello. I was going to say, we are not looking at any snow in Waldoboro, according to Rebecca. Thank you for the report. I take reports whether it's snowing or not. That is for sure. And then I'll get to one more comment here. Patty, snowing in Biddeford. Yes, snowing in many areas in the southern part of the state. And I will pull this one up as well. New Gloucester, some light snow, but I actually meant to do this. Now, power outages, that is something that we need to pay attention to tomorrow afternoon. I don't think there's going to be any power outages tonight, at least weather-wise. Tomorrow afternoon and Monday are the two time frames that there is the potential for some power outages. And the only reason I say that is, one, for tomorrow, it really depends on how much freezing rain you get. I think up towards the north, while there will be some gusty winds at times, especially in the mountains, the snow, and it's going to pile up towards the north. The snow is not going to be a wet, heavy snow up towards the north. I think the best chance for power outages, if there are tomorrow, is going to be in the southern part of the state where there is freezing rain and it sticks to the power lines, it sticks to the trees. And then you're talking the winds that are also going to be on the gustier side as well. We'll talk about that. I know a lot of you guys want to see the snowfall map, so let's get into it as we take a look at the snowfall map. I made some very, very minor adjustments, but overall, the snowfall map has pretty much stayed the same over the last several days. 3 to 6 inches, you head down towards the mid-coast and down east, coastal down east in particular, up through the Bangor area, Augusta, Lewiston, Portland, Sanford, all the bigger cities in Maine are generally going to see 4 to 8 inches of snow and sleet with this. This is not going to be an all snow event. This is going to include some sleet as we head into the daytime tomorrow, especially for the afternoon and evening. So if you're in these areas, 4 to 8 inches is going to do it for just about everybody. At least in the bigger cities. Now, you head up towards the north, things are going to change a little bit. We are talking upwards of 8 to 12 inches for many areas, including areas like Freiburg. But then up towards the mountainous areas, that's where we could be looking at 10 to 16 inches of snow. And I was actually looking at some of the computer models. Now, the snow is actually expected to continue through the day on Monday for many areas up towards the far north. And while I can't exactly zoom out on this graph, I want to take a second to circle an area up here. In this area, up towards the mountainous areas of Aroostook, northern Aroostook County, and areas north of Greenville, some of the computer models are showing more than 16 inches of snow. So if you vacation up there, if you're a snowmobiler or something like that, there's the potential for that area in particular to see upwards of 20 inches of snow. Yeah, that is going to pile up in that area, and up towards northern Aroostook County in particular, they are going to see quite a bit of snowfall. But most of the navy blue that you see there in between that 10 to 16 range, I would say for the most part, a lot of places will see the lower end of that range, 10 to 12, 10 to 13 inches of snow. But there are going to be some spots that through the day Monday, you're talking upwards of a foot and a half of snow. So it is going to pile up in areas. Again, a lot of places, I think the best chance for the freezing rain and sleet will definitely be from, I would say, in this area. I'm really only circling Maine here, just in this entire area. If you are in this circle, you have a very good chance of seeing sleet and or freezing rain as we head into tomorrow afternoon. North of that is where it's likely just going to be snow. So yes, it's going to pile up in spots, and we are going to see likely that crust on top of the snow. Here's a look at the freezing rain tracker. This is one of the computer models indicating that the pink shading is where we are going to see the best chance for that freezing rain for the daytime tomorrow. And I think the closer the further south you go, the better chance that you do see the freezing rain for the daytime tomorrow. Wind-wise, not going to be horrible for tomorrow, but it is still going to be on the gustier side. They'll pick up during the morning hours. I think we'll see wind gusts 20 to 30, maybe 35 in some spots as we head into tomorrow during the daytime. But it's Monday that we are talking wind gusts, I would say upwards of 40 to 50, maybe even 55 miles per hour on Monday. And you're also talking temperatures in the teens to low 20s. Yes, it's going to be very cold for the day on Monday, but overall it is going to be dry unless you're up towards the mountains. Here is a look at some of the wind chills tomorrow during the afternoon, evening hours. Yeah, it's going to be cold. Temperatures are going to feel more below zero than anything. I think 0 to 15 below is what most areas will be during the day on Monday. That's what it will feel like. So it's certainly going to be cold. And then you head up towards areas like Rangeley and Jackman. It is just going to be frigidly cold. All right, so let's get a look at your forecast again tonight. Temperatures dropping back to the teens. We're going to see that snow out there. That continues into the daytime tomorrow. Sleet, freezing rain in the southern part of the state. That is for sure. And as we get a look at your 7-day forecast, I'll pull up some more of these comments. Haley, hello. I hope you are having a great evening. And yes, definitely stay safe. That is for sure. What else do we have? Is it Shanna? Is it here earlier than expected? So yesterday I was saying 8 to midnight or 7 o'clock, I would say it was going to start. So I would say, maybe I was off by an hour. I would say a lot of, if I had to make the forecast for tonight, I would say it started around 6 o'clock for some areas in the southern and western part of the state. But I would say I'm about 1 hour off. That would be what I would say. Snowing in Phillipsburg, according to Erica. I hope you are having a good evening. And Diane, how about Monday? Will it be okay for driving in Brunswick? I would say yes, only because the clouds are going to be out all night Sunday. Afternoon, evening, nighttime, clouds will be out. So I would say Monday will be pretty good. It's just a matter of, it being very cold Monday and very windy as well. Janet, hello to you. Hello from Jackman. Yeah, Jackman, you guys are going to see the snow pile up. That's for sure. And I do think Jackman in particular, up towards the north, the mountains, the snow that you see is not going to end on Sunday evening, Sunday night. I think it sticks around into the day on Monday for the Jackman area. But if you're from Jackman, you know all about snow. That is for sure. All right, so let's get into the 7-day forecast. We do have the weather warn up for tomorrow, and we'll be covering this system all morning. Charlie will be in during the morning hours, and then I'm probably coming in early tomorrow to cover this. We'll have this, we'll be doing these Facebook Lives tomorrow. Of course, keeping the social media up to date as well. And overall, yeah, it's just going to be a mess for the daytime tomorrow. The snow to sleet to freezing rain and even some plain rain in spots. And then you notice the trend, the trend over the last 2-3 weeks has been every 2-3 days we have another storm. However, this trend could come to an end. And I say could because there is the potential for a storm on Thursday. Now, you may hear about it. You may be looking on Facebook and randomly see people posting pictures of snow on Thursday, early Friday as well. But the latest trends that I see, and it has been very consistent, is to bring this storm to the south. There is the potential, however, for it to potentially move. And I would say that there has been some computer model runs here and there that have shown us getting some snow. But if I had to make a forecast for Thursday, 5 days in advance, I would say that Thursday is mainly a miss. I do think there could be some fringe effects, meaning some snow showers, especially in the far southern part of the state. So Thursday's something to watch. After we get through the daytime tomorrow, that's going to be our focus is Thursday. But right now, again, it looks like a totally pretty much missed down to the south. But if you're in, areas in southern New England, even the mid-Atlantic potentially as well, there could certainly be a storm for those areas and those folks. So that is something to watch Thursday. But overall, really, after not including tomorrow, the cold and wind is the story of the week with Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures running in the teens and low 20s. It will be cold and windy. Wind chills will definitely run below zero in spots as well. So bundle up if you are heading out for the beginning part of the week, if you have to head to work or school. But yeah, tomorrow, again, a little bit of a mess. Few more comments before I head on out of here. Snowing in Lisbon Falls. And so, yeah, a lot of places starting to already see that light snow. I'm sure most of this is light. There could be a few spots that you could consider it maybe moderate snow, but the light snow is pretty much with us right now. Chris, hello to you from the J area. You guys will get a good decent amount of snow, I think, up in J for tomorrow. I do think you may mix with some sleet, though, in particular sleet as we head for the J area tomorrow afternoon. Scott, we finally get a break from the storms. Yeah, we do. Again, let's hope it doesn't, move north for the day on Thursday. That's for sure. But Brianna, yes. So it looks like after tomorrow, the next chance, and I say chance because I don't want to say it like it confidently, is Thursday. That Thursday, early Friday time frame is certainly the time to watch. And one more comment here. I will pull up Dee Dee's comment. Hello to you from Standish. And I hope you have a great evening. But yes, again, quick overview. Snow starting now. It has a really tough time moving up towards the north over the next several hours. I think we are going to start to see the moderate to maybe at times heavier snow during the morning hours on Sunday, in particular, say 5 to 10 a.m. And then we will see a transition for many areas in the southern half of the state to some sleet and some freezing rain. Couple hours of plain rain possible down towards especially coastal York County, but overall this is going to be a snow to a mix event for many areas. 4 to 8 inches does it for much of the bigger cities, for the Lewiston, the Augusta area, Portland, areas like York, even up through Bangor. 4 to 8 inches of snow and sleet expected. As you head up towards the north, that's where we are going to see upwards of a foot, maybe even a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I hope you can tune into the 10 and 11 o'clock show I will be on. I will have, of course, updates as they come in, and I hope you guys all have a great evening.